What's going on, guys? Jay back with a kind of a warning video about the FTDX10. And I've heard the FTDX101s are having the same issue. And I wanted to try to get this video out because I don't think anybody has issued or put a video out on this. Um, if you are going to use the DVI-D output for a monitor on this radio, please be aware that if you have a monitor like I do here, I've got one here, neither one of those have a DVI-D or DVI port on the back of them. So what most people do is they'll go and get a HDMI, which is a very common port for us here in America. And it's basically an HDMI to DVI. Well, that works for a little while. Even Yaesu will tell you this. So I just wanted to make a video for people before you make a judgment, because I paid a lot of money for this radio and I didn't know this until after I bought it. So it's a little bit annoying. But I like the radio so much that I went out and I got a dedicated El Cheapo Dell monitor just so I can run this, the external display. Sadly, the cable hasn't come yet. It was supposed to have been here today, but it hasn't showed up. Anyway, there are many people that are running an HDMI to a DVI into this radio, and it works. But there's something inside of the DVI board of the FTDX10 that goes wrong, and they will not address what it is. They won't tell us what it is. They just say the best solution, and this is my recommendation, is to get a monitor that has a DVI port. I know that's crazy, because once you spend $1,700 on a radio and you've got a fantastic monitor that you can't use, you're gonna have to find one with a DVI, because it will burn up the board in the FTDX10. These are facts. Now, I spoke with Tim at Yaesu a couple of times regarding this issue, and he recommended the same. So get another monitor, even if you have like 3 or 4 like I do. Okay, make sure it has a DVI port on the back of it, and you should be okay. Again, if you're gonna run an HDMI to DVI, just a cable to your rig, they're usually lasting anywhere from 2 weeks to, how long has the radio been out now? Some people's hasn't burnt out yet, but most of them have. The display port just quit working. They don't know why, and they have to send it to Yaesu, and now you're looking at 3 to 6 month turnaround for a repair, when Yaesu could just issue a bulletin, put a sticker on the back where the DVI port is and say DVI to DVI monitor only, warning. It's not that hard. So this subject has been beat to death in the Facebook group, the FTDX10 Facebook group. So Tim recommended a cable decon DVI converter that Amazon sells. Well, you would think he's smart, he knows what he's talking about, but that specific cable decon DVI converter is not bidirectional, so it's actually backwards, and it will not work at all. It will not work at all on this, because it's backwards, so it's not going to work. People have tried to tell him that. He won't listen. again, he's just kind of the lead tech support there. And again, just be aware of this before you go, and especially if you're buying a secondhand FTDX10 and you don't have a warranty, really go to a pawn shop, or maybe Facebook Marketplace, or the Goodwill or something like that, and get a monitor specifically with a DVI port on the back. I can't recommend this enough, guys, because I don't want to see you guys have a board in your radio blow out, and we don't even know why. Basically these DVIs were put in these radios because they were free, and it probably would have costed them about 50 cents per radio to put an HDMI in there. But you know how these companies are getting now. They're not like they used to be, right? Kind of like everything else in the country and other countries. So I'm telling you guys again, if you're using an HDMI to DVI and it's working, it's only a matter of time before that board pops on you. As far as I know, there's 0 ohm resistors, and they're basically used as jumpers back there. I can't get a straight answer from yaesu as to why I can hook an HDMI to DVI up to everything else, like everything else I've used it on, and not have a problem out of it. But there's a defect in this radio on the DVI board. Know this, guys. The best thing to do is just run a DVI to DVI cable to a DVI monitor, okay? Just save yourself the headache, and enjoy your radio. They're fantastic radios. They do have a few, I do have a few nitpicks, but I'm not going to go into those. I just wanted this to be a beware before you buy an FTDX10 and spend like $1,700 on it. Know that if you have big beautiful monitors at home and they don't have a DVI switch on, or a DVI port, you're not going to be able to use them. I mean, you can use them, but you're going to fry your board and your radio. So know that, and I hope yaesu will take into consideration all the amount of radios that are coming into tech support, or coming into the service center to get repaired for this very issue that they will not issue even nothing about. So it's just very simple. It's not that hard. I don't know if it's a pride thing. I don't know if I don't know if there's that much money in repairing. I wouldn't think there would be, so again, you'd think they put a sticker right back there over top of the DVI port when you get the radio that says DVI to DVI monitor only. So, and this is January the 22nd, 2022, and these rigs have been out, what, a year? And you'll read about it. If you don't believe me, just go Google monitor not working on FTDX10, DVI problems. So other than that, it's a solid rig, great rig. Number 2 on Sherwood, over your, I think it's 107 or 108 as far as your dynamic range. So yeah, I know the 6700 Flex was there, but he revisited that and came back, and the FTDX10 is right below the FTDX101. Fantastic radio. I mean, it's basically just like the FTDX101, just crammed into a smaller package. But if you're like me and you're blind half the time, you like a monitor, so to be able to see better. Okay. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to put this out to address, so people would be aware of this, because nobody that I know that's making videos about the FTDX10 is mentioning anything about this. And mostly because most of those guys are, they're pretty smart, and they got a really nice monitor like this one, not like that one, and to match the FTDX10 because they like it that much. For me, I didn't want to spend, you know, $1,700, which are on sale right now for 13 something, but that goes off sale next week. I didn't want to buy this radio for that much money and then have to go buy a monitor, you know? I mean, we're already having to buy cables, right? So all these radios, if you're running a linear amplifier, you have to have the 10-pin linear amplifier, not the 8-pin that goes in the tuner socket. So take it for what it's worth, guys. If you have this radio and you're running HDMI to DVI, go ahead and try to find a monitor. Maybe it'll save it, you know, I don't know. So anyway, catch you guys later. Jared, W4ZXT in Kentucky. And I'd like to hear your comments about the radio. I never really had this issue with ICOM, so and it doesn't look like ICOM's putting anything this good on the market for at least 5 years. So all right, catch you guys later. 7-3.